a week. You're rested, you're training, your gear, your body, you sleep more.
It's not as if the injections aren't selling you.
I know, right?
You know, it's not a big deal. And from a mental reset point of view as well, just to go on a Sunday, it's usually a Sunday for us, we'll go, okay, you know what, I don't have to worry about taking tablets. And that helps you from a stress point of view.
Exactly.
You say, okay, why don't you wake up late? Have 10 hours sleep.
Right.
So we have 10 hours sleep. And maybe I'll eat only three times a day.
That's right, eat less frequently.
Yeah,
Digestive
is relaxed. And then you come back again, I can't imagine you go really catabolic, but maybe you do go a little bit catabolic. That's cool, because on the Monday you'll be ready to go anabolic.
You can fast a little bit if you don't eat. That happened a couple times.
So we would go to sleep maybe 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock the previous night, and maybe I might not eat till 11. So that's 12 hours.
Yep.
And then
it helps every now and then.
Yeah. And it's good for a relationship. You shouldn't be married to bodybuilding. Like we see all these bodybuilders, majority of them failed marriages or divorced, or the single.
Or they're good when they're retired.
Yeah, or they're good with retired. Yeah.
The one that got them there doesn't stick with them. Usually it falls apart.
And that's sad to see. It's the girl or the guy who stands by them gets them in the position, and then they're in the position and walk away from them.
I've seen it a lot. And it hurts me too, because I see this happen to some women that I were like, man, with this girl, anyone can be pro. And you got yourself a great wife too. She's fantastic.
She's going out here.
I didn't until you said it, I didn't realize that it wasn't just you. She was going through it too. So, it didn't realize that I was putting you through this as much. And I'm sorry.
The sleep deprivation.
Right. When you guys get a good sleep on the plane back.
That'd
be great. But what would you say was the most important thing that you learned from the hands-on experience this past few days with me?
I would definitely say pausing.
Yeah.
Because
a lot of people out there. There's a one particular coach. We won't mention his name because that's just rude. But there's one particular coach out there, very well known, IFBB Pro, who criticizes my posing. They don't know how I pose, but my rate for what I charge, an hour for posing. And I charge quite a bit an hour for posing, but I think that what you get from me in an hour, if you could even make it an hour,
it's never usually an hour.
It's never usually an hour, but when we actually added up an hour, what would that compare to, like, if you paid someone a class, like if they actually could do an hour?
Yeah. Well, in Australia, a posing class is going to cost you equivalent in US dollars, maybe it's about $70 to $60 an hour. I don't like that argument, okay? I don't like it when people say, oh, it's too expensive, because it's funny how it's too expensive, but you don't argue when you go and buy a Gucci handbag.
Right.
Okay, there's a level of quality that you can't put a price on, and what they're buying, the way the world works is they perceive that your 1 hour, that's what they're buying, and they go 1 hour, that's expensive.
Yeah, $300 for an hour, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But what they lack to understand is that it's not 1 hour, it's the minutes and hours and days and weeks and months and years of education that it's cost you in time, which is invaluable, that you'll never get that back. You're going to get, you spend all of that time acquiring this information. How do you put a price on that? So I can go to John Smith down the road and I can get, an hour of posing, and he might be cheaper than you. But John Smith hasn't worked with the same clientele that you have. He hasn't been, the mad scientist for 20, 30 years. He hasn't got the information and the depth of information that you have. It's the same as comparing, I can go and ask for medical advice from John Smith, who knows nothing, hasn't got a qualification, or I can go to a surgeon. Would you question paying the surgeon his wage?
Right.
No. So I don't know why people are questioning your level of information and the clientele who you've worked with, when that's what they should be paying for. It's not per hour, it's per lifetime of experience, and no one can match that.
When we talked about posing, and I was telling you this is a posing competition. None of this stuff matters. I mean, if you can eat at McDonald's and sit on the TV and watch Netflix and get up and put some paint on and trunks on and win a show, nobody cares. No, I mean, actually everyone's going to be like, wow, he did that, and they're going to want to do it too, of course, and they're going to be fat and not win. But you know what I mean? If you could do that, It's irrelevant if you never worked out a day in your life and you still win, if you can look like that, okay? Which means you have to present it which means it's all about posing. It's all about
Yeah.
posing. Some of the small things that I don't know how well other coaches can tell you, you know, to twist it here, to make this flex and to put this gap and to pull this close to you and those move this shoulder back and all that. Did you realize it was that
Not at all.
in detail
No.
before you got here?
100% no. That's why I'm saying that is the best information that I've gained from this whole experience. I've learned a lot, you know, potassium, sodium, what to eat at certain times, but the biggest thing was the hands-on posing, because I didn't realize, maybe I was just naive to it, or maybe I didn't want to know, but for some reason I thought it was enough to put on 25 pounds, get up on stage, and then present it. But then I realized, how am I going to present it? Like, I don't know how to present 25 pounds of additional muscle.
Right, newly put on.
And I didn't know how to present it clearly last year, because on the photographs it was atrocious. So now I'm in a bad situation. Now I don't know how to pose, and I'm heavier. So it wasn't, and then it's the cardiovascular. I mean, there's a difference between being cardiovascularly fit and then being posing fit. That's a massive difference, because whilst you're holding that, and you've got the vacuum and you're having to hold the squeeze and you contract the quad, and now your left leg's starting to taper a little bit, and I mean,
and you gotta remember to smile.
And then you got to remember to smile. I mean,
you have to breathe, right, and flex the abs.
Well, you've seen. I mean, as soon as I hit the stage, they had us line up.
Yep.
We did the front quarter turns, and we were in that quarter turn for like 3-4 minutes. And I don't know what the judges were doing, why they were taking
front relax.
Yeah,
that's what they
and
do.
we had to hold that for such a long period of time, and
you did well.
Yeah, well, even the guy who was next to me, the umpire, the guy who was helping adjust us, he was saying, hold it, and I'm looking over here, and these guys aren't holding it anymore.
You did really well when you did that. And I'm so happy that we did that. I know I pushed you really far. I don't know whether you were expecting that from, you know, when you paid me, whether you were expecting me to drive you this far.
No.
Are you happy, or am I too much?
I'm happy. I'm happy, but I'm scarred. No, I'm okay.
You know, some people say I thought he was trying to kill me during the car division. I got people talking, you know, I don't know why he had me do the stairs in his mother's building with this axe handle. There's all these stories that come out. I always just wanted people to win, and I know I was tough, but I don't think people understand how hard I was on myself. I didn't have good genetics. I was a kid that was bullied a lot. I was the smallest, you know, of all of them. So to overcome all that, I had to constantly reinvent myself every day and tell myself that I could push past this and be what I saw that I could be, the idea of who I wanted to be. And I would look every day in the mirror, I would look, and am I getting closer to it? And it's what Arnold did. I mean, it's the same thing. You have to visualize it. If you want it bad enough, visualize it. And with bodybuilding, you can't visualize it if you don't pose. There's no real understanding of what you see yourself to be on stage in your mind if you don't pose.
I mean, a basketball player, a football player, any of the elite athletes, American football, they play the game. That's it. They live the game, and they're judged on the game. So their actions all are for that final point when they're going to score the hoop or they're going to kick the ball or whatever. Ours is irrelevant. We do all them squats, we do all the push-ups, we do all the press-ups, we do all the bicep curls, and you get on stage. You ain't getting on stage with a pair of dumbbells. So now it's changed the way that my thought process is now. I'm starting to think, actually, training is very important to get up to that standard. But once I get up to that standard and I've gotten the muscle and I've got that muscle maturity and all the rest of it, and I've got the conditioning, it's actually more important to present, because the training actually is secondary. Once you've got the muscle, you have to present it. So that's what I'm probably looking forward to the most, is that eventually I'm going to be at the top of the class. You know, I can't grow anymore. You know, I'm in a division which it has a limitation.
It's fair. It's going to be fair.
So
when you get there,
I'll begin to know the guys. So now, I mean, I'll probably, maybe I'll only train 3-4 days a week, and maybe I'll pose 3, 4, 5 times a week, because I can't put on any more muscle. So now it's about presenting the muscle a lot better.
And now you know what I was telling you before. I was like, you need to pose an hour a day. It's more important than training. It's more important than anything. It's like, really need to focus. And now that you're going back with that, I know that when you're practicing this, you're doing it. You're getting to where you need to be. I'm really looking forward to next year. I know I won't see you for a while. I know we'll be communicating. You'll send me some videos. I'll know what's going on. I'll be able to help you. Now that we've gotten the basic core part of this down, I feel confident that you'll be able to go back and make these improvements, and then when we come to do this again next year, maybe we'll do, if there's no difference, I would prefer it be the show in Australia.
It's easier for us. Yeah.
The reason I'm saying that is just because I want to go to Australia. And my wife wants to go there too. But no, if you're going to compete, you're the one that needs to be the most comfortable. If you're trying to get your pro card, in my opinion, like, you know, even with people who do Mr. Olympia, they go to Vegas, the ones that want to win, they get there a week early. They get everything adjusted so they feel like they're at home. You need to feel like that. You need to have the luxury of feeling that you could just drive down to the show and you can do it.
Yeah.
And I think that confidence of also knowing that I'll be coming down there to see you now, I'll make that commitment with you now. As I haven't been to Australia, I know where you live is really beautiful and it'll be great. And I know you came here, but you know, now I would want to be there to get you to do your.
Well, one of the main reasons of coming here, obviously I got the invite from Tony Doherty and the Aussie team to come over here to represent, but one of the reasons I came here is I know Ohio brings it. I know it always has one of the highest quality levels of the Arnold Classic.
Right.
So I wanted to know, you know, what's the point in coming first in a second class show?
Right, exactly.
So,
do the hardest show there is.
Yeah.
And then see who the guy.
That's the guy I need
know
to
what
be.
you gotta look like.
So now I know for the next 12 months that's the guy.
You're gonna train harder as
Oh
well.
yeah, I've got my crosshairs. I've already got him added on Instagram. He's going to get a photograph and he's going to go on the fridge, and that's the guy I got to beat every single day.
And he looked good, and you can ask Judy. She'll tell you, and Chrissy will tell you when the guy that won the whole show, not the guy on your class, the guy that won the whole show. I didn't even see anyone else. I saw him. I said he won the whole show. I said, it's very, very unlikely that another person is going to be in this condition. Every now and then you have somebody that just nails it.
Yeah.
And in this show, it was him. In this that was him. And then as far as the pro division, it was Brandon. He nailed it. Raphael, he nailed it too. And you can see they stand out.
Yeah.
They stand out. And that would have been you had you had enough muscle and had enough size. Just imagine if you were maxed out and you were going against the guy that won your class. Well, we both know that you wouldn't be able to cry if you won because you wouldn't have any water. He was crying.
He was crying. He's not depleted.
He's not that dry. He's crying, man. You know, it goes even to Mr. Olympia. Sean Roden's voice was crackling because there was no moisture in his throat. I mean, he was raspy. I mean, I was like, wow, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that in so long that his conditioning was you could see it, you could hear it in his voice. So, all right, man, we got another year to go.
Right, cool.
So we've been told now twice that the battery's dying, so I guess it's time to stop.
It's time to eat.
It's time to eat, yeah, it is. All right, it was a good one.